So lately, the toilet in my guest bathroom has been leaking from the base. This usually is an indication that your wax ring is bad. So today I'm going to go ahead and replace that, and I'll show you guys how I'm going to do that. Now the first step to this is you're going to go ahead and close off the water to your toilet. So you'll close this valve. All right, now there's no more water flowing to it. You want to empty the toilet by flushing it. So at this point you still have a very slight problem, and that's just the fact that there's still water in the bottom of the bowl. So I usually take a bucket of water and just pour it in. And that'll cause that to flush. It still won't all go out, but it'll be much less than what you had before. And at this point you want to also disconnect the feed line. So you can do it one of two ways. You can undo it here at the top, or you can do it at the line where it meets the outlet. So I'll take an adjustable wrench and do that. Do that up like that. It's nicer that way just because you won't have any leaking, whereas if you undo it at the top, you're always going to have some water falling down, even though the bowl is mostly drained. Having done that, I can go ahead and undo the bolts at the base of the toilet. These will typically be somewhere like 13-14 mil, but depends on your particular toilet. It could vary. I'll use a socket wrench for that. I know that mine are 13. You first have to take off these little plastic plugs. They just kind of sit there. You can, at that time you can go and take a socket wrench and undo it. Same thing on the other side. That's that. At this point the entire toilet can be pulled up. Alright, so let's go ahead, lift up on this toilet, and get it out of the way. It's a very small space, so it's kind of difficult compared to another bathroom. I'm going to try to take it out of the bathroom area, which should hopefully make this all a little bit simpler on me. So here goes nothing. Yeah, this thing's heavy. I see why people take apart the top and the bottom. I didn't want to do that, but may very well end up doing exactly that. Yep. Old wax ring is definitely shot. called the wax ring at this point. That is gross. Whatever the hell that is. Go ahead and take a scraper. Get this stuff off of here. Oh man. That is nasty. That's like... it's like... Always wear gloves for this, people. You will regret it. If you don't, you will most certainly regret it. I mean, unless you know, not squeamish at all and like this kind of nasty stuff. But most normal people will find this extremely disgusting, as I'm finding it extremely disgusting right now. It's like a big waxy turd. Gross. Stuff's not sealing in the slightest. I knew this wouldn't be like the cleanest job, but I didn't think this would be this gross. God, this is disgusting. Okay, let's bring some rags in here and just dry up this filth. For sure. Gravel falls water. Crap has clearly been leaking for a while. Gross.
So for those of you that are new, and for those of you that have forgotten, next one. Let's talk about water goals for 2022. We basically have 4 categories. One was new business, is new business. Digital fluency, making sure that all the departments in the agency are linked, all steam will change post-COVID, that all of our clients.
Alright, so let's go ahead really quickly. I'll put the new wax ring in place, but I'm also going to add new hardware. Reason being that the hardware that was there was looking ugly, but also one of the bolts just kind of fell. And not through the main toilet hole, just really through here where they're held. I didn't know that that was a possibility, but apparently it is. So the new bolts actually come with something to keep it from dropping out. I'm going to go ahead and set up these new bolts in here. Hopefully they fit. I would think that this stuff is all standard sizing, but you never know. Find all kinds of wacky stuff. So the idea is that you kind of twist these things on here, push it or whatever, and this will go in there, and then this will keep this bolt from ever dropping through the hole. So if I just pop it in there, it should hold in place. Let's see how accurate that is. It should be. The last bolt didn't quite live up to it. You kind of want to use this also to raise this so that it's sticking up where you want it to. That looks good. Let's get the other one. feel like as I'm doing this, like it's a hard knock life is constantly playing in my head. Pretty obvious why. I feel like home ownership has been a hard knock life for me. I've been non-stop fixing mistakes that were made by previous owners. Yeah. Previous owner of my house was a very nice guy, very cool guy. You know, very nice to talk to. They had this place spick and span, it was super clean. I have, however, generally found that there's a lot of things that are name brand and nice, but they didn't install it to the best quality. In other words, they probably look for very affordable, let's say, individuals to install certain things, and so the quality of installation of many things in this home are lacking, you know, are beneath the standard that I would find acceptable. So I've had quite a few issues with that, where, you know, I generally view stuff that's been done in this house as lacking quality or proper concern for how to do things correctly. But yeah, you save money by getting someone cheap, and then you end up spending money because they don't install something correctly. You know, not always the best idea. You think you're saving money, and then your fancy name brand stuff goes bad. This is the second wax ring in this home that's gone bad, and at least this one's on the first floor. Last one was on the second floor, so it leaked through and ruined the ceiling on the family room. I had to go and completely redo that. Let's put in our new wax ring and hope and pray that these bolts are easy enough to align this time. Gotta make sure that they're next to each other more or less. Oops. Align this wax ring. So I definitely recommend, if you're going to do this, to take off the tank. That would have made this a much easier job because this thing would be lighter. It is just a pain in the butt though, so which is why I really didn't do it. I have to deal with extra stuff. Let's do something. I'm going to clean these out of wax just so that I can clearly see the bolt as I'm trying to set this down. Nice. Alright. This has to kind of wiggle the toilet, but then just use your body weight. I think that's pretty much there. I'm going to change out the last set of waxed up gloves and tighten this thing down, and hopefully when I put water to it, everything will seal and no more problems will arise, because I honestly hate working on anything involving a toilet. I feel like it's gross. Obviously it's necessary, but it's gross. It's one of those things I don't like doing. So all I'm going to do now is going to take the washer that comes with each, drop it down on the bolt, and then tighten down the nut. I could cut these bolts down. I probably will not. It's just gonna create extra mess in here, and frankly, I've had enough mess. So I'm gonna turn the bolts, the nuts on both sides until they seat down flush, and then I'll crank down on this with a wrench. I'll crank down on this with a socket wrench until it feels nice and tight. Just not overdo it. Turn the other side as many times. I did 10 quarter turns, so same thing here. 20. Match the other side. Okay. I don't think the covers will fit with these long guys, but I could be wrong. Looks like they'll sit a little high, but whatever. That's fine. Let's connect water this, test it out, see if it leaks, and if I need to make any adjustments. Otherwise, I think we can call this good, but let's find out. So you go ahead and just connect this guy here. This is the water line, the input into the toilet. Kind of funny that these things come with such small washers. For the hole that's in these toilets, it really should be a bigger washer, but God forbid the industry do anything correctly. Nice and tight. Let's open that and fill it. Then we'll do a test flush, and hopefully everything is sealing nice and tight. I won't have any more leaks to worry about. As far as I see, no leaks, so far so good, but I haven't flushed it yet. That's going to be the real determinant of whether this is good or not. This scissors has always been kind of useless, and I'm going to throw it away. Everything around up here. And all right, I do not see anything seeping out. I think the verdict is positive. Looks like we accomplished what we wanted, and now I no longer have a toilet leaking from the base, making my bathroom all gross. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some bleach in here and make sure everything is copacetic, and yeah, that's all done. So if you guys enjoyed this video, you want to see more like it, I do house videos every now and again. Feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified when I post up another one. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave that in the comments section, and as always, thank you guys for watching.